Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the highlights, you've heard the rumors, but now it's time to get the real scoop. We pull back the curtain on the world of sports entertainment and give you the unfiltered truth. From the biggest pay-per-views to the latest shocking headlines, you're locked in for the ultimate wrestling discussion. This is Between the Ropes, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Now, here's your host, Kristie Wilson.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Between the Ropes here on the ETB Network. I'm your host. My name is Kristie Wilson, and it's going to be a pretty interesting show today. I got to be completely honest with you about that. So I got to say hi to everyone's tuning in live. 55 people so far. It probably will get higher. It is getting higher. Oh my God! But let's take care of some business here. There is that ticker. Yes. Follow the show. Follow ETB. Of course, follow me. All that good stuff. This banner, of course, you can follow Between the Ropes on all social media platforms at BTRETB. And then the other one, this is very important, youtube.com/ETB Network. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We're getting super close to 4,000 watch hours. We're at 2,100, 2,200 as far as I know. And we're getting closer to those watch hours, and once we reach 4,000 watch hours, we can do all kinds of cool stuff. I could even do, say, this is just an example, by the way, do like a bonus BTR episode where it's a Q&A. You ask me questions and I answer them. And if I do that, please make sure the questions are appropriate, because anything gross, I'm not going to answer. But also, that's one thing. So that is definitely something. Excuse me. I got to do something real quick here. I give a shout out to to the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander. If you saw, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that was a bad one. I couldn't be avoided, that sneeze. Sorry. But I got to give a shout out to the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander. He posted a video on Twitter yesterday before the Ring of Honor Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Global Wars event that took place yesterday. He suffered a knee injury during a match on AEW Collision. Went to the doctor, found out the knee injury is bad enough he has to have surgery coming up this Wednesday. So, Josh Alexander, I hope you get well soon, and I can't wait to see you back in the ring when everything is all clear and everything, because you, sir, are a terrific wrestler. I like you a lot. I really think you can really I really think you can be successful in AEW. I really honestly believe that. So I wish you well in the recovery, Josh Alexander. So I wanted to do that. So now let's get into what the show is all about. Here you go. It is official. All WWE NXT content is officially on YouTube. The contract with with Peacock officially expired. So WWE decided to move the NXT content over to their WWE NXT channel, which is updated regularly. You can find highlights, full matches, all the NXT takeovers, stand and delivers, you name it, they've got it. So all that official content, like you can watch the full match, Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame in a steel cage. You can watch that full match. I mean, heck, you can watch old episodes of NXT from like Black and Gold all the way to the Nickelodeon era. What do we got? Oh, never mind. Thought I had a comment. I didn't, but it's okay though. But this should be exciting. This should be, I mean, not exciting, I don't think is the right word, but I think it's cool that this stuff is coming on there. I mean, you're still going to be able to watch your regular episodes of NXT on the CW network. You know, you can still watch that. But in terms of like any type of content, in terms of if you want to watch full matches or if you're feeling nostalgic, you watch the old NXT takeover events, including like and all the epic classic NXT moments, like all the Gargano versus Ciampa stuff. I'll get to Gargano later in the show. You can watch the Iron Woman match between Bayley and Mercedes Moné, then Sasha Banks at the time. You can watch a lot of the Asuka matches. Watch Athena when she was Ember Moon do her thing in NXT. So much you can check out through the WWE NXT channel on YouTube, so you can check all that out. Of course, Stand and Deliver going to be April 4th on YouTube's I think that's the main WWE channel, so that's where I think you'll get that, and I will be previewing that event in I think a week or so. I'm so bad with remembering dates. Sometimes, yeah, next week is when I'll be previewing Stand and Deliver. Now, we know all the buzz that was created by Ronda Rousey showing up at Revolution, and people were thinking, oh my God, did she get signed to AEW? Well, no. Despite the waves that she created by simply showing up on the promotion that her longtime friend Marina Shafir is a part of, this is possibly a one-off appearance based on reports. Sean Ross Sapp reporting that there were internal sources in the company saying it's just a one-off. There was nothing, like, we don't know what people were getting super hyped about. And then some videos ended up popping up where Ronda Rousey admitted that, there was kind of her giving this to TKO because she's had beef with TKO. Even when she was in WWE, she had beef with that company. And then, sorry, my nose is bugging me a little bit. I do apologize for all the sniffling and everything. But not as big a deal as we thought. It was her telling TKO to fuck off or just say fuck you. And also support her friend Marina Shafir. I'm sure Ronda was also friends with Jon Moxley when they were in WWE. So there's all that and everything. And we know about, Ronda's big fight with Gina Carano. I think, the full card for that event is on, check Twitter. I'm sure MVP Promotions, Jake Paul's company, has a Twitter account. You can check all that stuff out. So that's pretty much the gist of it, really. I mean, do I believe it's a one-off? Yeah, I do, because if you heard the crowd's reaction, Ronda Rousey just taking off her jacket in the ring, they really did not want her there. LA did not want her there. So, enough of that. Another big story coming up here is, Triller TV, which I read is on the verge of filing for bankruptcy. Sorry, that didn't come out right. Oops. Is possibly going to be purchased by a company called Orange Crush, owned by some guy whose name I've never heard of, named Adam Abdalla. If I got his last name mispronounced, I'm probably, I don't know. I do apologize. But Orange Crush, I don't know much about this company. This was actually the first time I'd actually heard of it. So it's really, honestly, blew my mind. I was like, wait, Triller TV's in trouble? Is that's where I would get, that's where, I still have some pay-per-views I used to buy. I bought when AEW pay-per-views were on Bleacher Report. So I still have that. So the article, one of the things is part of Adam Abdalla's plan is he's currently trying to assemble private funding to purchase the app, which I actually still have. Part of it goes from PW Insider. Part of Abdalla's plan for Triller TV is to bring music videos back to the forefront by incorporating them along with movies onto the platform to augment the combat sports component. Now, I'm not against adding additional content to that to make it more interesting, but Triller TV's been a combat sports app for a long time. There are a lot of different companies use it for pay-per-views. I think GCW has used it. One person just said, "Oh, well, that sounds absolutely dreadful." Well, yeah, probably might be, depending on how they do it. But you don't want to. If, for example, you're going to be doing like sports-related movies, okay, that's great. But until it happens, I think it's just best to take a wait-and-see approach to this story. I really do. Now, this is something that really kind of, this next topic I think is kind of it's interesting to say the least. Yeah. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch have decided to enter the coffee market, and their new coffee brand called Amo, they recently announced it on, I think, both their Instagram accounts. And it's something they've been wanting to do for a long time. They're both big. If you've watched any kind of like WWE behind the scenes programming, like WWE 365 or WWE 24, I've watched both of them. So they're both really big into coffee. I mean, Seth Rollins even has a coffee shop in his hometown of Davenport, Iowa. That, excuse me, that, it does all the stuff, like it does all the coffee and stuff like that. It's something that he's always been super interested in. Becky seems to be one of those people also super interested in coffee. They've probably gone to different coffee shops and excuse me. Oh man, I am sorry. They've probably gone to different coffee shops, coffee bars around the world in their travels with WWE, trying different flavors, different varieties. I'm sure they got a massive kick out of trying the different types of coffee you can find in Italy, espressos, that sort of thing. So they decided put it all together into a coffee brand. What did I get? KB! See, so this coffee is going to be revolutionary. It might make you... oh, oh my God. God damn, KB. I'll tell you, by the way, hi. How are you? But yeah, they're launching a coffee brand, but they're not the first ones, however, to have a coffee brand. The newest sensation WWE, Danhausen, he has his own coffee brand called Rootless Coffee. What now? Oh, wait. Visionary Coffee, KB, I already said what the name of it is. I think it's Amo, A-M-O, I think is how you, I know that's how it's spelled. Amo is probably how you pronounce it. I don't know. They would know how to, I don't know. Back to this, but I mentioned Danhausen, who has been cursing people, has his own coffee company called Rootless. Prince Nana, who is manager, sidekick to the most dangerous man in AEW, Swerve Strickland, has his own coffee brand. Sometimes before in the past, you've seen him, looks like he's drinking one of his own coffee, and then, it does the dance and all that other crazy stuff. But yeah, Seth and Becky are entering a pretty competitive coffee market in addition to the usual brands that you're going to find out on the market. But it's pretty competitive, and we'll see what happens from here on out. I mean, it looks interesting. I hope they have a nice variety of flavors, like a nice medium roast, a mocha flavor, or something like that, because I'm sure this has been something they've been working on for a really, really long time. As we know, both are big coffee connoisseurs, coffee enthusiasts. Okay, so if I go to my job and curb stop my boss, I can sue Seth, right? KB. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I just wouldn't. But the next topic is going to be interesting. Yeah. Well, this is what happens when one of the greatest football players of all time opens his big mouth and he ends up getting WWE's attention. Yeah, the banner is not deceiving you. WWE is reportedly in talks with Tom Brady for a WWE appearance. The big WWE being at, and the big appearance may be at WrestleMania. So, because it's in Vegas, we know Tom Brady has minority sports ownership interests in Vegas, the Raiders and the WNBA's Las Vegas Aces. So there's all that. So he made some comments recently, and I know Gridiron Gurus is going to address this late in their show. Grant and Michael will definitely probably address that as well, but I'm only addressing it from the wrestling standpoint. Do I see Tom Brady wrestling? No. But he could make an appearance at WrestleMania 42. Like I said, he's got minority ownership interests in Vegas with the Raiders and the Aces. And, he just made some comments calling wrestling cute and scripted, and some WWE people the list is endless, really. And I think even some AEW wrestlers got into it too. So there have been negotiations. And if he does show up at WrestleMania 42, he's not going to be the first pro athlete to be there. Oh my God. I love you, KB. Tom Brady and Gronk versus. Oh dear God, I'm sorry. That's too freaking hilarious. That's too fucking hilarious. That'd be great if that happened, but I gotta calm down. I'm sorry. Okay. But Tom Brady got himself in some trouble with some WWE superstars, and I would like Danhausen to curse him, maybe. Don't be too vicious with him, though, Danhausen, please. But if he does make an appearance at WrestleMania 42 in Vegas coming up next month, he wouldn't be the first, because in recent years we've had some athletes show up. Of course, George Kittle of the 49ers, who I have jokingly referred to as the biggest WWE fan in the NFL, made an appearance in Clothesline The Miz, which was great. I thought that was freaking awesome. So that is like freaking cool. So there's that. And then, of course, WrestleMania 40, there was a big, I think like a 6-man match, and Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson of the Philadelphia Eagles got involved wearing masks and making Dominic look stupid. So, and that was probably like one of my favorite parts of the whole thing, which was, WrestleMania 40, besides this guy finally finishing the story. So got all that. But if Tom Brady shows up, if you're going to have him take a bump, please be careful. Please be very careful with him, because, okay. And I'm not going to get too crazy on that one, but yeah, this is freaking, I got to be honest, it's pretty funny that if he shows up and everything, I just hope he doesn't get a drink spilled on him, but he doesn't get his drink taken away and splashed in his face, or else he might clobber somebody. I don't know. I do not know. But out of the funny stuff, we're going to get to some other things that recently happened. Yeah, there you go. WWE inducted 2 more people into the WWE Hall of Fame. This is their legacy awards. These are given out to individuals who have passed away. And it's Psycho Sid, Yudi, and Bad News Brown. Hold on, I gotta be honest. This really didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I'm missing a letter in the banner, but there we go. Now I got it. Now I'm gonna put it back up. Yeah. Psycho Sid and Bad News Brown, of course, each recently, passed away. And they're both being inducted into the Hall of Fame under the Legacy Award. So it means Psycho Sid, he's 2-time WWF champion. He was even in WCW as a 2-time world champion on that one. That I didn't know about. So, Sid, but no, this is KB. Sid is being given the Legacy Award and being inducted into the Hall of Fame, I think. Unless he was inducted in there before. But yeah, he's done stuff. He's worked with Kevin Nash and Scott Steiner. He's headlined Starrcade. He's done so many things, but he ended up retiring due to breaking his leg, which was a big reason. But he unfortunately died in 2024 of cancer. What does KB have to say now? Okay. No, I knew what you meant, KB. Don't worry about it. I know what you meant. But he's had a heck of an impact, and the fact that he's going in the Hall of Fame. I know many people out there, I read a lot of comments on Twitter saying that he should have been inducted a long time ago. Like KB even said it just now. He thinks he should have, and I'm in total agreement on that one. As for Bad News Brown, yeah, this was one of those people. He passed away in 2007. And obviously, I'm sure a lot of people who remember him in particular from, him going to the WWE, New Japan, and even Stampede Wrestling. So he's had a definite impact on wrestling. He was even in the Olympics in judo, if you can believe that. 1976, winning a bronze judo competition, winning a bronze medal in the 76 Olympics, and then it led to him going to wrestling. So he's kind of like, definitely inspiration for probably a lot of people who have believe it. What do I feel is really stupid. So, but he's had a really terrific. I mean, both these guys have definitely made impacts in pro wrestling, amongst other things. And, sadly, Bad News Brown died of a heart attack. And I'm sure some people out there probably saying he was long overdue for induction to the WWE Hall of Fame. And I'm glad actually both of these guys are going in. I'm really, really happy for them. And I hope their families are happy too. I really do. So they're going to be joining, of course, AJ Styles, Stephanie McMahon, Demolition, and Dennis Rodman. I know eventually maybe a female wrestler might get in there. I don't know. Well, we'll find out because they got more time. Now, before I get to the other topics, I want to say hi to the 122 people who are watching right now. I hope you guys are all enjoying the show because this is going to get really good. The next big one, WWE Unreal, despite criticisms I've heard from some people and some people telling me, oh, you're not missing out on anything. Well, guess what? They've been nominated for 3 sports Emmys, which is very shocking because some people are saying, like, well, WWE is not a sport. It's sports entertainment. Well, what can I say? What can I honestly say? You got 3 sports Emmys nominations. So clearly they're doing something right here. And besides all the other normal stuff, just seeing this was the personally shocking part for me because I thought there is no way that is even possible. It just isn't possible. But it's been nominated in 3 categories. One is Outstanding Sports Documentary Series, Serialized, Outstanding Sports Editing, Long Form, and then Outstanding Sports Graphic Design Specialty. So, shit. That's honestly surprising. I mean, this was one of those things I just did not think was even possible. Like, what? Like, I looked through the list of nominees and I saw, like, various programming, like Sports Center, the Pat McAfee Show, the play-by-play guys like Jim Nance of CBS getting nominated for Sports Emmys, Joe Buck of ESPN, all those people and all these events getting nominated, that sort of thing. So that's great, but this was surprising. This was honestly surprising. So, but congratulations to WWE Unreal. Congrats. This next one, I know I have a friend who's a really big fan of this person, and he's going to be happy to hear this. Yes, the AEW Women's World Champion Tekla has re-signed with the company. She's definitely made an impact, definitely made an impression. Now, what did I get? Thank you for reminding me. KB ESPN First Take was nominated too. It's on the not Grammys, shit. Emmys. Ugh. Okay. Tekla. She has resigned with the company. Definitely has made an impact. The fans like her. The company, AEW, definitely thinks highly of her. Tony Khan did, or else he wouldn't have said, hey, would you like to resign stay with my company for a few more years or so? And clearly she's been embraced by the fans, and, it's pretty awesome. I mean, look, I still have to get used to the fact that she hasn't been with the company for a lengthy amount of time, and she's already the women's world champion. I definitely got to get used to it, but definitely she's made a definite impression on people. So that is really honestly cool, if I'm being honest. The spider got the bag. Yes, KB, the toxic spider got the bag. And you can let our friend Stone know that, if you know what I mean. Let's get back to this. But yeah, she's sticking and staying. Definitely, like I said, made an impact. She is doing her thing. You know, we'll see what happens from here on out. I mean, when Mercedes Moné comes back, will Tekla be the one Mercedes faces for the women's title, or will it be someone else? We'll see how that goes along. It's a ways off, but we'll see what happens on that one. So again, say hi to everyone. 122 people watching live. Hi. And hi to KB, who's still in the chat and everything like that. So I'm going to get to someone. I know not everyone's super familiar with this person, but this individual impressed me to where she is my wrestler of the week, Zeta Steele. If you're not aware of who she is, she's an indie wrestler who got noticed by WWE's ID program. I think it's to shine a spotlight on independent wrestlers, give them opportunities, and see where they go. She goes to WWE Evolve, which, by the way, you can still watch on Tubi. She was part of the faction, the Vanity Project, but clearly something happened. She left WWE, decided to bet on herself. Very smart, by the way. Very, very smart. And she signs with AEW, steps in with the faction Skyflight, which consists of Dante and Darius Martin, a.k.a. Top Flight, Scorpio Sky, and the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. She steps in for Layla Gray, who had injured her knee. And by the way, shout out to Layla Gray. She had recently underwent surgery and is beginning the rehab process. So Miss Layla Gray. But Zeta Steele steps in, and it looks like she fits right in. She's been wrestling matches, and I think under someone who's an established veteran like Christopher Daniels, I think she is definitely good learning from him. And also Scorpio Sky is a vet. Yeah, Dante and Darius Martin are popular pretty popular tag team. I think eventually, if things go right, they should be in contention for the AEW tag team titles or the Ring of Honor tag team titles, whichever one ends up happening first. Oh, excuse me. But she's been doing her thing. Collision, Ring of Honor, had a 6-person mixed tag team match with the Death Riders. Highlight moment. This woman is completely holding her own. Like, who can say she gets lifted up on Marina Shafir's shoulder, starts pounding on Marina's head, and then pushes her into Jon Moxley's nutsack as he's about ready to do the Doomsday Destroyer move or Doomsday Machine. I don't know which one it was, but he wasn't able to pull it off. And who can say she can do a suicide dive and hit Wheeler Yuta just like that? I think Zeta's got incredible potential. She's definitely got potential in the ring, and definitely has star potential, definite star potential, star quality, whatever you want to call it. She's got it. And I think, like I said, I think she fits in nicely with with the Top Flight, Scorpio Sky, and Christopher Daniels. She definitely brings interest and intrigue to this, and I say give her a push. If you want to have her go up against, say, Willow Nightingale for the TBS title, I say go for it. I mean, yeah, Willow is tough, but I think Zeta can hold her own, and I definitely think maybe, if possible, I think Willow can put her over. I really think she can. So, Zeta Steele, definitely my wrestler of the week. She wowed me, and I can't wait to see what else she can do. Now, this one, the last segment of this show that I usually do, this was a little tough. I kind of had to go back and forth a little bit, but, and you might laugh at me when you find out who it is, but I have a lot to say about this person. Get ready. In 3, 2, 1. Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude, huh? Is it because your friend and tag team partner Tommaso Ciampa left WWE, by the way, contract expired, goes to AEW, wins the TNT title, is in contention for the national championship at Revolution, which Tommaso Ciampa, by the way, very impressive in that Blackjack Battle Royal, even though we know who won the title was Jack Perry. Still, Ciampa, very impressive. But Johnny Gargano lately, what did I get here? Hey, how are you? I hope you're enjoying the show. You get back to Mr. Gargano. But lately, Johnny Wrestling, you have been acting like you are in a funk, like an absolute funk. You can't seem to snap out of it. I mean, heck, I almost expect your real life wife Candice LeRae to grab you by the head and start smashing your face into like wherever you're laying, and what's the floor or whatever, to get you to snap out of it. But nothing is happening. Let's just face the facts here. I don't think Johnny Gargano gives a rat's ass anymore. He had a tag team partner that he completely trusted who left. And now, this past Tuesday on NXT, in a gauntlet match to determine who's going to face Miles Bourne for the NXT North American title, guess who ends up winning? And it's mainly because his wife just like, yeah, it's Johnny Gargano. Okay, Aleister Black is no direction. Oh, okay. I'm not Daniel. I'm gonna be. I'm not talking about what happened on SmackDown last night. I will give you a quick opinion on that. It is what it is. I get with Aleister Black. The only thing he's doing is kind of similar to Karrion Kross. Is I don't know, talk BS. And Sami Zayn, I think that was just him winning that U.S. title was to give his match with Trick Williams at Mania some significance. Like give Trick something to go after, because they have been kind of bitching at each other a little bit. So, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't talking about SmackDown there, dude. I'm sorry, but yes, thank you. Please leave. Johnny, I like you enormously. Yes, I do. You and Ciampa had one of NXT's greatest defining rivalries, one of the greatest of all time. I think if WWE had a list of the top 10 greatest rivalries in history, you guys would be right up there in the top 10. I don't know where you'd land, but it wouldn't matter. But let's face it, get over this fact. Ciampa is gone and doing nicely on his own. Okay? And you, sir, because you did not put in much effort in that gauntlet match, you are now facing Miles Bourne for that NXT North American title, a stand and deliver. Oh, boy. Okay, Daniel, I'm going to be very straight up honest with you. I had to do this before with someone else. I'm not talking about Aleister Black. I'm not talking about Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams at Mania. I'm also not going to give you a comment on Jey Uso. I'm not talking about SmackDown. I am talking about Johnny Gargano. So if you have an opinion about Johnny Gargano, let me know. Put a comment in about what you think about what's going on with Johnny Gargano, because I am not going to talk about what happened with SmackDown, and I'm not talking about Jey Uso either. So let's get back to this, because I really want to get this out. Johnny, you need to snap the fuck out of it. And, oh my God, dude. Oh, wait, no, KB. If Johnny was in North America, I would laugh, because, yes, they have nothing. Thank you, KB. They have absolutely nothing for him. Yes, he would win the North American title for the 4th time in his career, but he's going to have absolutely zero significance, and you're going to be degrading a championship. And I'm sure one of the reasons they wanted to crown Miles Bourne the champion was because he could elevate the championship. He could elevate it. If Johnny Gargano wins a stand and deliver, he's not going to be able to do that, because his current gimmick is acting depressed, miserable, and he has nothing to look forward to, nothing to live for. But yes, Johnny, you need to get the hell out of WWE. It's clearly nothing's working for you anymore. The company has nothing planned for you except haul your ass back to NXT and face Miles Bourne to stand and deliver, which, by the way, even though I'm going to preview Stand and Deliver next week, I'm going to give you my pick. I'm going to give you a prediction right now. This is the only pick I'm going to be making on this. Miles Bourne is going to retain. But here's what you need to do, Johnny. You need to go. Leave WWE. There's nothing for you to do there anymore. Company has no plans for you, and they clearly don't have anything for your wife, Candice LeRae, to do either. So you two need to figure out what the next step is in your profession, in your wrestling careers, because WWE, it isn't working anymore. And I like you a lot, Johnny, but the fact that you're acting depressed and everything, it's just sick. It just sickens me. It bothers me so much. Yeah. Yeah, yes. Could we reunite DIY and AEW? That would be nice. As long as TK doesn't try to recreate the rivalry between Ciampa and Gargano, because that was you know, lightning doesn't strike twice, and WWE already did the whole lightning in a bottle with that rivalry during NXT's Black and Gold era, because that was epic and amazing. Oh man. I love that. DIY versus FTR. I got another one for you, KB. How about DIY versus the Young Bucks? Huh? I like that. Would be something. Okay, I gotta get out of this whole thing. I need to take his comment down. Okay, I am sorry, but Johnny, please, for your sake, for your wife Candice LeRae's sake, and your son, get out of WWE, bro. Get out of there. Okay. I'm sorry I had to scold somebody for maybe the second week in a row, because I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know. But there is your ticker. You can follow ETB. You can follow me. You can follow the show. I'm going to let it go all the way so at least you know what my Twitter handle is. So there you go. Okay, and also follow BTR on social media platforms, at BTR ETB, and the big one, of course, youtube.com/ETB network. Like I said at the beginning, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Check out our content. Check out Press Row. Check out ETB Lounge. Nick DiMartino is going to be doing his thing on that one. Gridiron Gurus. Press Row. Empty the Bench. You know? If you want college basketball stuff, check out Noteworthy in the NCAA. You're into betting and stuff like that, go to watch Unnecessary Waivers. Doing all that is definitely going to help contribute to the journey up to 4,000 watch hours. That way, this network, including myself, we can all do some really awesome stuff. So that is going to be it for today. Thank you, everyone. 128 people who are watching live. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. So all I got to say is thank you for watching, and I will see you folks next week. New episode of Between the Ropes. Bye.